Hi everyone, and welcome to your daily oracle reading. The challenge, Ace of Earth. Now, this card in challenge position represents your distant past, but also the year 2018 2019 in your life, which had much to do with your material situation. Now, on one hand, this card represents that you had certain kind of material struggles, social struggles, everything that has to do with what prosperity means to you personally, and it tells the story that you were always having really difficult challenges in your life. And these challenges had much to do with your external circumstances, because many things in your life might appear as somewhat misfortunate events where you just were really, really unlucky, so to speak, to have the kind of life, the kind of events in your life which determined you to be someone who couldn't embody their true prosperity. But all of these have a very, very big reason. Now, one of these reasons might have to do with your idealism, because it wasn't just society or the material rules of the world rejecting you, a part of you also rejected them. And at that time, this may have been really dramatic because you just simply couldn't find your place in the world. You couldn't find why you were born the way you were and what is your purpose in this world. Because if you think about it professionally, well, there's so many people to fulfill that kind of professional role. You are not that much needed. but you're but from a spiritual perspective, things are totally different, because you have been someone who is always searching for the truth, both from a scientific perspective, which you're really, really good at. Even though you might not have all the qualifications, you have certainly done your studies, you have done your research, you have done your reading, and you have done your internal philosophy, so to speak, to find out what a certain type of truth means for you personally. But at the same time, you always adopted a really spiritual perspective where you wanted to figure out why the universe, why external reality is so limiting for you personally. Now, you might have reached very many karmic conclusions, different theories, different takes on this throughout your life, but nothing could really explain why you had so severe limitations, some of which had absolutely nothing to do with your attitude, with your psychology, with your inner balance, so to speak. Because the more you researched, the more you found out that in fact you were pretty healthy, that you always did what you had to do to be in a state of balance, to be as realistic as possible, but also to be as passionate as possible. So there were some things which just didn't make sense. You couldn't put the finger on what it was that was limiting you so greatly. So you had to do what you had to do, be patient, wait, hope for answers, hope for things to change in your life, or maybe a big miracle, or maybe when outer reality is going to adopt a very different format to what you were used to. Now, from a totally different perspective, your spiritual research, digging deep into your psyche and your soul, has revealed to you that in fact you should be a really prosperous person, that you have an infinite potential of prosperity because you're so creative, you're so powerful, you're so strong, you're so sophisticated, you're so distinctive and individualistic, unlike other people, unlike the vast majority of people. So if you're so unique, why isn't the world treating you as you deserve to be treated? Because you are also a very modest person. You're not arrogant, you don't have sky high expectations, you have a really pronounced simplicity to everything, where you do not require anything, even material resources in excess. You don't require the prosperity, so to speak, the physical representation of prosperity, to be present in your life 24/7. You're a very adaptable person. You usually go with the flow. You're really, really easy to work with, to be around with. You're a really good team player. So again, none of your past makes actually sense from a material perspective, unless you look at exactly what's going on in the present moment in the world. Because if you know, if it reaches your awareness that a really profound, that a really inevitable, unstoppable change is going to sweep over the world, society, the customs, rules, and regulations which govern matter, material transactions, the world of matter, so to speak. Now, maybe that change is going to be the Ace of Earth for you, the Ace of Earth being a divine gift. A divine gift which defines your normality, which makes life easier for you, which makes everything flow, everything come to you with great ease, which makes reality, external reality, reflect who you are at the core of your being. Now, the fact that you need this opportunity, you need the whole world to be upside down in order to get your chance, in order to receive your divine gift, speaks volumes about who you are, because in your idealism, maybe in your innocence, in your purity, which you have held inside you all your life without even knowing, because most problems that you faced in your life had much to do with you not admitting to yourself how pure and innocent you are, because you always wanted to criticize yourself, and this was a major blockage that which you, as I said before, you overcame in 2018 and 2019, and that was a major moment of healing in your life when you identified that you don't give enough credit to who you are inside your soul, and you eliminated that blockage by finally, giving the Caesar what the Caesar deserves and giving the divine what the divine deserves. And coming back to the Ace of Earth, yes, the fact that you needed the whole world to get upside down, to change, to be devastated, you needed a strong karmic force to deconstruct reality, so to speak, speaks volumes about how innocent and pure you are, because the divine power did this not just to enable you, but this also represents something which we cannot ignore. Because yes, the fact that you and maybe 1,000, 10,000, 20,000 souls just like you are living on a planet, and they deserve justice, they deserve a chance in life, a chance which was taken away by them by the actual rules and regulations, the traditions, customs, the balance which ruled the world of matter. And the universe simply deconstructed it, not just for karmic reasons, as in humanity to get what they deserve, so to speak, both in good and positive and negative connotations of this, because there's always two sides to the story, not just one, but to bring justice, equity, equilibrium, equality in the lives of those people who were exactly like you, who lived the same lives, the same reality, the same prison, so to speak. Yes, this was also part of this massive deconstruction, and why our value systems have to change. Because you and all those people just like you who never had their chance, regardless of the fact that you met the conditions, that you were way more superior than anyone else, that you deserved more than anyone else to be prosperous, happy, to have everything you need in your lives. This is your chance. This is why the universe is doing whatever it's doing to change the old value systems. And if it has to take the shape and form of a virus, then that is what has to happen, and we have to accept it, and we have to see the opportunity in all of this. Because yes, right now things are really difficult, they are really challenging, they're really unstable and chaotic in the lives of all of us, including you, but Whatever is going to be created in the future, however the balance is going to look like in the future, and maybe in the close future, now that society, that world is going to be totally different. Of course, it's not going to be ideal. Of course, you're not going to be a superstar. Or who knows? Even this is a possibility because, the benefits of living in a quantic reality is that you never know what to expect. Anything is possible, and there are times when you just coincidentally tune into a certain frequency, and that can open certain opportunities and windows of possibilities in your life, which can be quite magical, quite beyond our wildest expectations. So, yes, this can also happen. But the most important part of all of this is that whenever you're going to work, whenever you're going to invest your passion into something, whenever you are going to do everything in your power to embody your inner truth and your principles, your innocence, whoever you are deep inside, now the world of tomorrow, so to speak, the Ace of Earth, is going to allow people like you to exist decently and have your roles and have your say in society and how things should go. But only now are we getting to the challenge of this card, which is simply inviting you to become aware that you deep inside always knew that such a moment is going to enter reality. You always knew that something in life, at one specific moment in your life, in this timeline, is going to take place, which will open the doors of your future for you. Because it is only logical. You tried everything in your power to do it and you couldn't succeed because external reality opposed who you were. And that is absolutely fine. It is no problem at all because you were patient, you accepted it, you tried to survive as best as you can with your humbleness, with your lack of arrogance, with your lack of rage and frustration. Of course, this doesn't mean that you didn't have your angry moment and moment of rebellion, but that you didn't allow all of that to determine who you aren't a vengeful spirit. And of course, you could be very well because you have all the reasons. Other people are. Other people who suffered severe injustice in life became vengeful, toxic, sour, poisonous to other people, but not you. So even if you had your moments of rage, of anger, of depression, of darkness, so to speak, you're over it. So you embodied your dignity, you embodied your inner Christ, always. And this makes a big difference. So yes, external reality opposed who you were deep inside, but it cannot oppose you forever, and people like you. It's not nothing lasts forever, not even normality. So this is the change that is actually opening the future for you. But of course, as I said, this doesn't mean that everything is going to be instantly happy, happy, joy, joy. But as long as you have the possibility to be successful by embodying your passion and whatever you choose to do in this life, well, that is already something more than satisfactory. That is already enough to give you the chance to live your freedom, to live life the way you want to, and not to suffer unnecessary obstacles and challenges. And that's all that you need. That's all you have ever asked for in your life, to have the chance to be who you are. And that is exactly what the present moment is offering to you. So, yes, for some people, this global turmoil and the virus and these inevitable changes, the economic collapse is a big disaster. But for you, the rest of your life, your past, when society functioned in a beautiful way according to others in the past, now that was your prison, that was your catastrophe, that was your personal drama because it suffocated you and it took away your power, you took away your self-belief, it flayed you alive, so to speak, for many, many years, maybe for some people all their lives. So we're talking about maybe 30 years, 40 years, maybe even more. So this is very significant because those 40 years are a karmic buildup, which society and the human collective have to pay for because they were responsible. So, what I'm trying to say here is that it's perfectly normal, equitable, and just that even if this is bad news for everyone else, why should it be bad news for you? Because you already did your time, you already suffered. So that means that this has to give you the opportunity to do the opposite, to feel the opposite, to experience the opposite in life, and it's totally okay. And you shouldn't feel guilty. You shouldn't project suffering onto yourself just for the sake to be comrades with others who are suffering. No, you had your time. They also had their time of happiness, of peace, of prosperity, of being appreciated. Now it is your time, and it is only natural and normal for you to accept this divine gift and to enjoy it, to be happy for yourself. Of course, that doesn't mean that you cannot be compassionate towards others and you cannot do everything in your power to help everyone else's situation, but that doesn't mean that you have to be sad, depressed, angry, deep inside for what is happening in the world and in the lives of others, because you are already over that. You lived all what everyone else is living right now, when life was okay and good and pleasant and tolerant with everyone else. So this is the divine justice. This is the moment when we see that karma is actually fair. So basically, for you personally, this is the moment when the divine says, I'm sorry for the life that you had. And the only way I can express my sincere feelings or my true judgment, the judgment of the mind, so to speak, is by allowing everyone else, the whole world, the whole planet, to live life the way you have lived for years, and then by doing this, everyone has the chance to decide for themselves. Everyone has a chance to decide if it's okay for some people not to have absolutely anything in life, and others to have it without even deserving it or working for it, or if it's not okay, or if we, all of us collectively, have to change things, our customs, our normality, what we take as granted, in order to be a fairer world for everyone equally. This is where you can also see that the divine has supported you all throughout your life, just that it cannot force the world, others, people in your life to be kind and generous and understanding to you. It can only invite them and inspire them, but if they refuse that inspiration, that divine invitation, because of their egos or because of their ignorance, well, that is their choice. And the only way things can be put right is when such a big karmic moment, such a big pivotal point, enters collective reality. And then everyone can judge and decide for themselves. So your judgment should be that you deserve a future where you are loved, where you are supported, where you get all the fine things in life with ease, where everything just flows to you. The opportunity, the wheel. Now, the wheel is the astrological representation of Jupiter, and as we know, Jupiter is the planet of blessings, the higher benefic, so to speak, but also the planet of inner truth. And this card depicts Jupiter's 12-year cycle, as much time as it takes Jupiter to revolve around the wheel of the zodiac. And right now, Jupiter has reached a very powerful position because it dances together with Pluto, and where it has to embody what justice, because Jupiter is also the planet of inner truth and justice, the philosophy of justice, the philosophy of law. So that means when it's in the part of the sky which has much to do with materialism, with matter, with the structure of material society, so to speak, well, then the change is inevitable. We have reached that moment of the cycle when things have to change, when our laws, our philosophy of laws, of what is just, what is equitable, has to change, has to follow the course of nature, has to follow basically the revolution of the universe. And this is where the universe decides that change is going to happen one way or another, and there's no way out for anyone. And this is your big opportunity, because even though in the present moment things may be very heavy, very difficult, where the future doesn't look all that optimistic, deep inside, thanks to your wisdom, thanks to your personal study, your life experience, you know that whatever takes the place of the old, the new, so to speak, is going to be your chance, your opportunity, and it's going to be a new cycle when you can do everything that you had to miss out. And this basically is the opportunity. You always knew that this was coming, and believe it or not, right now, in this present moment, is the moment when you have to embrace this opportunity, when you just have to accept that this is happening right now. Yes, of course, it doesn't match your expectation. It doesn't match how you envisaged all of this to take place, because some people thought that it was going to be really miraculous. Other people thought it's going to be Third World War. Other people thought that it's going to be meteors or whatever. But no, this social distancing and isolation, it was the way it's going to play out. And the good thing is that this is inviting chaos, the power of chaos, of hazard, to reset everything, where the future, whatever is going to take the place of the old, allows a much, much greater liberty. Just look at the animal kingdom and how nature is structured. Some species have to live together, like ant colony, like the bees, like so many other social animals, so to speak. Humankind is being one of them. While other creatures, other animals, other representations of Mother Nature live a much solitary life. They are self-sufficient. They rely on themselves. And there is no, if this works in nature, if this pattern, this way of existing contributes to the greater harmony and stability of the planet, then there is no reason why it cannot coexist in human society. So this is where we're evolving in a way that diversity doesn't have to mean war, doesn't have to mean that we're not united, that we're not interconnected. And this is also a very powerful opportunity that not just you, but every single living sentient being on the planet is going to have in the very close future. Now the resolution is the star, and this is a really positive card because it is the card of manifested hope, and especially in resolution position, this means, simply put, that you will get the chance to live all your dreams. Now this doesn't mean exactly the way you envisage them, exactly how your mental structure made them out to be, but the essence is the same. You are going to live and get what you truly desired. So if it's love, then you're going to find a person who can make you truly happy and can receive all your love, just that you don't know who it is yet. If you're looking for a big career opportunity, perhaps it's going to enter your life in a very unexpected way. If all you desire is to live in the heart of nature, well, maybe the way it's going to manifest in the future is not the way you have planned, and it's not the logical way. Who knows? But one thing is for certain. Your hopes and dreams are coming into existence, and the rest of your life, all your future, is going to be about living them and harvesting the experience and enriching your soul. And of course, since you're a person who always likes to give, who always likes to offer, and who ironically always likes to be the lucky star in the life of others, this is what you're going to be living. Well, thank you so much for listening. Stay safe and blessed, everyone. Bye for now.